Hello. Happy Friday night. Happy Friday night. How you guys doing? I just went and quickly combed my hair because hiya Boo Crew. Hello Tracy and Diane. Hello. We're oops. I have to listen to myself there. Did I mute it? I was looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's set. I did it. Oh, but I did not plug my phone in. So just a sec. That's me bending down because stuff is stuck on everything. I just went to comb my hair. I said to my husband, sorry, now you get a wife that doesn't look like a hag. I'm going to put it directly in just a second here, friends. Sorry, got to look at all my chins. I was so proud of myself. I'm like, look at you, girlfriend, all ready to go. And that was a lie. That was a lie. Why break tradition, Vicki? Be a hot mess every day. Be a hot mess every day. How you guys doing? Did you have a good week? I'll tell you something. We had a couple of really beautiful days here, and I feel like that vitamin D and just slowing down for a minute is the best therapy. Wouldn't you say? It's the best therapy. You need that little bit of sun on your skin, relax. So I'm very happy to be with you here tonight. I printed photos. My layout is going to feature flowers, and I'm going to cut flowers. Hello, Sarah Miller House. Hello, Keisha. Happy birthday to you. It's Keisha's birthday week. Happy birthday. Anybody else celebrating anything? Are you just celebrating Friday? I'm celebrating Friday. Hello, Robin. Hi, friends. So tonight, we're going to make a layout. And that could look like whatever you want it to look like. Mine is going to look like a 12 by 12 layout because I'm going to be very happy for the space to fill it with a whole bunch of die cuts and stamps. Hello, Angie. How are you? It's your husband's birthday. Happy birthday. So nice. What is it? Feliz cumpleaños. Did I do that right? See, hi, Kari. Welcome back from Buonasera. Kari, welcome back from Italy. What was I saying? What's my name? I'm going to do a 12 by 12 layout tonight because I want the space, because I'm going to fill it with flowers we're going to be using. Very excited because I feel like we did the Artful Moments weekend last weekend, and now I'm ready to roll into Sunset Beach Club. And I'm excited about that, and we're making plans, and one of my things is going to be starting in, let's say, July, will be a schedule for Friday Night Lives. So there'll be a schedule. It's going to be scheduled. It's going to be good. How's my knee holding up? My knee is broken, and I made a doctor's appointment. So I'm going on Thursday, found a new doctor, and I am struggling. I have been in incredible pain. Like that's not fun. That's not fun. To explain it, it is tight. Like I have a hard time bending my knee. Like to go up the stairs, I have to go one leg and lift. I can't walk down the stairs like normal people would do. It's injured. There's no doubt. So hopefully getting a doctor's appointment will fix it or get me on the track to fixing it. Because yeah, it has. That I've never had, knock on wood, so no more. I've never had an injury like that. And I've gone for walks this week with Devin where I'm like, sorry, I have to hobble around here, but it's the best I can do. But I'm not comfortable laying down. I'm not comfortable sitting. I'm not comfortable standing. So it's got to the point where I need to get someone to help me, right? Oh, I took drugs when I went to Bruno. I put like those like patches all over my knee to help. Japan, I got these patches for when you have like sore muscles, and that certainly masked the pain. So Bruno was the best experience. We were right in the front, right, like to the front, to the left-hand side, right-hand side of Bruno. So we were right there. So those pictures I'm sharing are not from a screener. We were right there. It was really, really good. We had a beautiful weather, and Devin and I had a wonderful time together. So that'll be good. It'll be good. No electric lifts. I need to get fixed. I am on this health journey and my knee is holding me back, right? And I saw that, Angie, that you went to see Bruno as well with Sid. So I love that. So tonight we are going to be using this stamp set from Sunset Beach Club with the coordinating die. And you see there's a beach bag or whatever you want. I'm going to cut that out too. So we're going to do lots of stamping, prepping, and die cutting. I'm going to be using this one. I'm very paper blooms, very excited for that. And I just grabbed all the things. Tonight is going to be a no pattern paper really night. It's going to be a let's do our own thing, mixed media style, utilizing our stamps, dies, and stencils. And then I have the stencil set that goes with this one. Probably predominantly going to use this one because I love it. And this one, because I love that too. It's like fish scales, right? So, and then I'm going to use, you guys love this as much as I do. And I wasn't sure because it's a pricier set of dice. Sorry, I got a mosquito bite. I went in the hot tub. And if you've been around, like that's Rich's jam and I don't normally do it, but I'm like, it'll help my knee. And as soon as I went out there, I got bit by a mosquito. Devin looked at it. She goes, that's a huge mosquito bite. I'm like, I know, I'm juicy. And the mosquito got me, but then I got it, so we're good. But these jumbo jet setter dies, you guys have loved. Oh, so yeah, let me finish what I'm using tonight, and then we'll do our business minutes, because I know I'm going to send a newsletter tomorrow to keep, so everybody, because not everybody's going to be here, so you won't get this, because I'm telling you. It's just now I can't even, we have to laugh about it because you'd cry otherwise. But anyway, I'm going to use this one and I'm going to use this one. I'm going to use a little bit of everything. So that's what's going to happen tonight. And then I think this is what I'm going to use so I don't have to mix media everything. We're going to use the Sunset Beach Club Basics. Okay. So the question was, how's the Sizzix order going? So we are short 2 of the Sizzix items. I think it's the bubble wrap. I don't know if you're here, Greta. Bubble wrap and one of the other ones that sold out. So it came from the UK. So it shipped from the UK. It was in Indiana on Monday. And they required some kind of information for it. We got on it, sent it, and it went to Chicago. So, or somewhere else, some crazy place. So we are just waiting for that to arrive. But I said to, so we can't send bundles out because you're missing 2 pieces. We can't make this stuff up. So it took weeks to get it from the UK. Then it finally arrived here. And then FedEx is just sending it back and forth between different depots and not delivering it. So we can never win. I swear we can never win. We can never win. So for you guys that are waiting for that, I'm telling you, as soon as it arrives, so we're hoping Monday, Tuesday, it's going to arrive and then we'll put that stuff out. It is not us holding your stuff hostage. It is a huge frustration for both Greta and I. We want to wrap this up and we want to get it in your hands so I can do some more stuff using Sizzix stuff, but I don't even want to mention it because we've been sitting on those orders for 6 weeks. It's crazy town. So I will send a newsletter just letting everybody know it's in the US. Now we're just waiting for it to hit Wakarusa, Indiana. And then she has to ship it to Canada, which I pay for 2-day shipping so that I will get it in time. And then we'll be packing your order. So again, I am so sorry about the delay. It is crazy and it makes me feel really bad. And there's zero we can do about it other than as soon as it gets here, we will get it out in the mail to you. So the Sizzix, 2 of the SKUs have been missing. They sold out. They had to come from the UK, from Ellison Sizzix in the UK. It took a while for them to get it to us. And now it's stuck with a customs issue. And then right. Hello, everyone. Shipping, ugh. 100% shipping, ugh, because the reflection, it looks like we're not doing our jobs here and we are held hostage in typical style of running this business. It's always something. So it will get out to you very soon. And where do you buy this stuff? I'm new here. VickiBooten.com. I put links in the description of this video. So Natalie, who is my trusty sidekick, will also share the links for what we're using tonight. So I am a paper crafter, mixed media artist. My name is Vicki Booten. I've been doing this for 20 plus years. And this year I started my own company. So I have worked with other companies bringing a product and product development. And this year is the first year that I am making my own under the Vicki Booten brand. So anything that you see here, for the most part, you can find on VickiBooten.com. And we ship for to the US and Canada. That's why you see Canada and US when you're buying. We're working on that. It's just all the inventories in one thing, but it's all getting better. It's all getting better, but it is a woman-owned business, small business, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So I'm hoping to, Nat, if you can link Sunset Beach Club, because that'll be the best. And it's amazing. Thank you, Sarah. And there's so much to come. I have the next collection is all here. We just wrapped up the paper. It's going to go into production. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. I really pride myself. Prideful isn't a good thing, but I'm really excited over some of the stuff that we come up with. And there's so much more to come. But for tonight, let's get right into it. I have some foundations paper, which I sent samples of that off to my factory overseas so they can start sourcing that. So I'm hoping we can get samples of that and get that sourced really quick. And I listened to your advice, and instead of a 6x8, we're doing an 8x8 paper pad with the next release. 8x8. It's going to be good. Okay, without further ado, let me flip. I said that so loud. If you have headphones in, I'm sorry that I blew your eardrums. I'm going to flip the camera. I'm a girl in her basement, so I am going to Blair Witch you for a second. So let's chat. That's what Friday nights are all about. I am working on, the next thing that I'm going to work on is shorter videos for you guys who hate the chatter part. Because I'd still like you to be here and, right? Is maybe you don't like this style, but you'll like other stuff. So I'm going to get it to you because I read that some of you love my Sizzix videos because they're shorter with no chatter. And so let's try to do a little bit of everything to make all of the peoples happy, right? That's my goal. Well, as much as I can. I don't know if I'll ever achieve everyone, but if I can get the majority, that is a good thing. Hello, Cherie McQueen. How are you, my friend? Am I going to see you at all when I am in Australia? Did I straighten that correctly? It's good. I think it's good, right? So what are you going to need tonight? Some ink. I'm going to sit down. Let's talk about it. Pride, where there is a real superiority of creativity, pride will always be under good regulation. Thank you. I don't want it to sound like, how do I word that? Like, I'm excited. Like the stuff that we came up with, it's one of the things I love about my collections is there's so much thought that goes into every step of it because at heart, I'm a creator. So even if it's a creator of product, I want it to be useful. Like that is always my thing, right? Is useful. I want it to have purpose. So you're not just collecting it because it's pretty, you're using it because when you get it, it all kind of makes sense. That I try to make it scale, color, pattern, repeats, the different icons that we're using. And I want to really do things that will work no matter what kind of crafter you are. If you're a card maker, I'm hoping you're loving the Stencils cards or Stencils dies stamps. I hope you're loving that. I want to look at other things to do that are kind of stationary based. So if you are into traveler's notebook, planner, journal. So this is what I always say, tell me the things you want to see and I'm going to try to make it happen. Because the one thing I think we're good at here is product design. So now I can do whatever I want because I'm the boss of the things, right? I'm kind of the one who is thinking all the things up and then putting it into production. Did the package of solid paper come come inside the bundle. So the original one, right? The original one, I'm Just Crafty Studio, is the Artful Moments because the color palette's the same. Sunset Beach Club, which is my release with Vicki Booten Design, color family was the same as my final collection with 49 and Market. It is the same color palette. So I wasn't originally going to do this, right? I wasn't going to do this because we were using the Artful Moments starters pack, staples pack. And then sold out. Literally, it was gone the day it released. You couldn't get it anymore. So when I brought out Sunset Beach Club and it sold out, everything I ordered was gone in 48 hours. Well, for me to reorder, I had to get new staples. So I call these basics now because I just think a basics paper pack lets you know it's kind of simple patterns that work kind of as backgrounds cardstock. So long story short is anything new that's going out or the pre-order ones that went out will have Sunset Beach Club. The original will have Artful Moments, but the only thing that's different is the pattern is slightly different, but the color is exactly the same. Yeah, so you're all set. The one I'm probably going to use for that one is going to be Artful Moments. And then a lot of people have been adding this. We've been getting tons of orders for this. Because remember, the other thing, if you're new here, I'm going to have a basic color palette that runs through my collections. I want to have a basic color palette. So even though other colors will be introduced, you will have like, I don't know, 15, 20 colors that are used in some fashion that are always going to show up in the basics and are going to match ink colors. So it'll either match 49 and Market Ranger ink or Tim Holtz Distress inks. Because I don't want you to have to rebuy everything. So a lot of people are ordering like 3 or 4 of these because they know if this color that matches pineapple is going to show up, regardless, you might have one down the road that looks like a ledger. You might have one that looks like newsprint. You might have one that looks like a grid. But then you could also have the one from Sunset Beach Club that has this geometric and star pattern. But it will always be this color. Does that make sense? So it's like collecting your favorite, when we used to do double dots and all of those things, when cardstock, we could find tons of it. That's what the plan is. And then the pluses here is if you also love 49 and Market and you see pineapple in their collection, even if you have my basic, it'll still match because we're matching from the same color palette. So I hope that answers questions. I hope that answers questions because I just don't want you to have to rebuy and everything's new and a lot of stuff I want it to work. So you could have these things as basics and then you can spend your money on other things. So can't wait to use Sunset Beach Club. You're going to love it. Did you say, Cherie, that I'm going to see you? Am I going to see you? When I'm in Australia, I missed it. I was talking, right? It's brilliant. And I love the layout that I think Sarah and Natalie are here from my design team, and both of them have made some gorgeous projects. So the one thing while the design team's here, I want you guys to start, you know, when you post on Instagram, you can make me like a collaborator or whatever. Some of the girls are doing that, and I'm going to recommend you do that so I can start sharing it as well on my Instagram and hopefully getting you guys traffic to your IG. All the things I can do to help these guys because they are so good at helping me really showcase my product lines. And I really want to do all the things, and I'm doubling down. I want it to be the best design team and that you guys absolutely love being a part of it. So let's do the things. So tonight, I thought it would be fun because not everybody has all the product yet, is let's do with the add-ons, the things that I'm growing. You're going to see the stamps, the stencils, the dies growing, and they will never be in replacement because I also do Sizzix. So that will be a whole different thing. And then these are meant to kind of go with my paper collections. And just buildable things that I wouldn't necessarily do, like a ton of alpha sets or whatever with Sizzix. I will never, the two will always be like, if you are, the Sizzix, I'm always going to encourage you to buy because wait till you see what's coming out in the September release It's going to be awesome. And I know some of you guys are like, I can't wait for the spring release that hasn't shipped yet. It's going to be worth it when it gets there. And I'll support it by doing a whole Friday Night Live using all of that stuff to get you excited to use it again. I need the 6x8 pad for artful moments, but I'm in Canada and can't buy it anywhere. You can buy it at vickybooten.com, Karen. I have some, at least one in my studio. So email me at info@vickybooten.com and I will send you an invoice for it. I have it. I do have it. Okay. And the folio I also have. And just so you know, so I have a Halloween collection coming out that I'm going to sneak peek. So you guys all know. Before we get started, friends, I'm just going to share a few things. If this annoys you, just come back in about 10 minutes. Okay. The Halloween collection is going to be a layout class, and I'm going to do a folio, a new one in black. So there's going to be a little mini book class using my new Halloween collection, and there'll be a layout class. And there's also a brand new release that's going to come out that also coordinates with the Halloween. That is going to be a mini album and layouts. It'll be a weekend event, but the Halloween will be just kind of a bonus thing. And all you'll need to do is you can either buy the whole bundle, or it's just a collection pack for each one. And then there's an add-on and an album. And it's going to be good, and it's coming. But I see there's lots of things that are posting already, Christmas stuff and Halloween. So I'm going to do a sneak peek, and we will do a pre-order for that one. But it's probably not going to ship until the beginning of August. Okay, I just want you guys to kind of be aware of it. But I am going to sneak peek in a week or so. So you get a look at it, and then you can make a decision if it's one that you think you're going to be interested in. Because you got lots of options, right? There's lots of options. So I love it. It's going to be fun. There's laser cuts. It's a collection pack. I did it just as one collection pack, one add-on for Halloween. So you don't have to pick and choose. It's that and that. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Hello, Julianne. How are you? Okay. And I know you're going to love Halloween, and you're going to love the next one. So I'm going to sneak peek both of them in about a week. So you see what's coming. I'll share the name of the collection and a little peek at what's coming, and keep sharing as the stuff comes out. So it's going to be good. So tonight we're going to do die cutting first. We're going to do a little bit inking, and then I'm going to make a layout, and you will be shocked at it. You see already I printed photos because I already sketched out kind of what I want to do. So I have 2 3x4s. I'm going to use 3x4s, and it's going to be a lot of stuff on my page. But this could be added, like I said, to your traveler's notebook, to 6x8, art journal with no photos, whatever you want to do. Question, will New Zealand continue as a distributor for future ranges? At this point, Michelle did not order much of the next release because she said that people were concerned because I'm going to be using it in on the cruise. Although I'm not, it'll be a totally different class with new items, but it's shipped already, so we'll have to figure it out. We might add some more international just on vickybooten.com too. So just, you have options. You have options, because still, remember, there's just 2 of us. You're at my stamping studio weekend in person crop. I love that. Give Kelly a hug for me. You tell her I said hi. And Mike, if he's kicking around too. And hi, Irene. So yeah, the stuff's coming. We're doing the best we can. And I know it's not going to be perfect for everybody, but at this point, it's what we can handle. And with all the new stuff that we're doing, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Do you want to peek a little tiny peek at the next collection? I shared this on my weekend event. But let's see. I'll pull something out. Just look at, here's a peek so you can just see the color palette. You ready? There. Little peek. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. I love it, and I love the paper. So there's a little peek. It's going to be good. You guys are not going to be disappointed. And there are rub-ons, there's laser cuts, there's chipboard, tons and tons of stuff. It's good. Okay? So I had to adjust myself. I'm ready to go. So we're going to die cut first. So let's talk about the stuff that I'm using tonight. Like I said, instead of doing everything mixed media, I'm going to use my basics, because then it'll get us moving a little bit faster. But what I love about the basics is that you could, just a general theme. It's a general theme with, there is like some fall accents in it, but it is not a fall. It's just a general release, because you have to think about it. This next release is really my first full collection on my own. Sunset Beach Club was quick, like it's what we could get out in a very short time period. So this one is kind of my first full release, and then with a subcategory of Halloween in there. But it's going to show you, because I decided I'm doing mini collections, and I already have a list of three minis that are going to come out that I'm going to put out throughout the year that will be a great price point and that we can use on Friday Night Lives. I also have some ideas for stamp and stencil releases that are going to be coming out. But like I said, I want to keep it where it isn't just a ton of stuff. And for my friends in the UK and Europe, it is all shipped as well to Hey Little Magpie. Sarah has received Sunset Beach Club, and so has Michelle in New Zealand, and they're just waiting for their paper order because that came from the US, and they're going to have it all in shipping soon. So it's good. Overselling. Well, you know what? This is what we need to do. People, I don't send out newsletters. I don't bombard people. So you know what? It's not overselling. It's informing. Because in no way do you have to buy any of the things. And this is free content. So I look at it, it's just part of it. I always say, don't show up right away. Show up like 20 minutes, 30 minutes in, because I'm going to answer the questions that people have, right? So yes, the dies and everything shipped with that as well. And I have to tell you, this job is not the easiest one, and it's been hard lately because people have not been as kind as it would be nice if there was a little bit more kindness in this world, because I am a person and sometimes it hurts my feelings. So just kind of keep that in mind. When will the stencils be shipped? I don't know which ones those are. So you know what? Email me at info@vickybooten.com, because Greta is here and she will answer all of your questions. All your questions. Okay? So let's do the things. So like I said, I'm going to be die cutting because we got to do the prep for this layout. And I want to do a single page, and I'm going to add 2 3x4s. You could do 1 4x6. You could turn this into a double, whatever you want to do. I am going to incorporate all these things just so you can see them in action, right? You do have to use all of this. No, you could use chipboard words or whatever. But I feel like if I have my die cut machine out, I'll just die cut everything. I have these standalone dies, so I'm going to cut these out of this paper to make flowers, right? I'm going to make some flowers out of this. And then I can also put stencils on to make variations in the color. I have 3 colors of ink, well, actually 4. I grabbed 2 pinks. So I grabbed Pineapple, Early Bird, and Pink Lady, just because they're almost like primary. So I can make orange out of here. I can make green. And then I grabbed Doll Face too, just to have a variation, right? And then I thought it would be fun to show if I do my main title. So on the stamp set says I love. So I'm going to put I love flowers. And I don't know. We'll figure out some way to use this. Help me with a subtitle. I love, or I could do I love springtime. Why don't I do I love springtime? Because I can spell spring with this, and I can spell time with these, and I love, I'll stamp directly on the page, right? So that'll be great. And then I'm going to do the sun in the background on my foundations paper. And then did you see what this set? So this set coordinates with those butterflies. You know I'm going to die cut some butterflies. But this is a standalone die that makes a beach bag. So my beach bag is going to be cut. I'm going to put flowers in it. It's going to, let's see, do you want to see the little sketch I did? So don't look at everything else on here. I just wrote it down here, but this is my little sketch for tonight. So the beach bag, we're going to cut. I was thinking I could have put 2 little mini photos in it, but I didn't have enough photos to go with it. So my sketch is going to be right there. I love springtime. The beach bag is going to be a focal point, and then I'm going to fill it with flowers and butterflies. So it's going to be good. So let's get to it. So to make tonight not take 28 hours, the only mixed media I think I'm going to do is the sun rays that are going to be coming out of this with this stencil. Who's used this already? I've seen some beautiful stuff with my design team, but I'm going to cheat. If we drag this, we can make it a little bit bigger so that I think yellow sun rays will be fun, and fill it in with the flowers. So that's going to be my background. And like I said, I don't know if I'm going to use anything else. That might be it. Let's try to keep it somewhat simple, right? It's going to be fun. So even if you don't have any of these, but you have other stamps and dies, or you just want to use your own embellishments, that will work. You are not tied into having to use this stuff. It's just, I know a ton of you bought it. So I would love, you don't have the stencil yet? Make sure all the design team, I'll ship stuff out this week. So if you don't have it, Natalie, and I know you needed refill of some other stuff, let me know and I'll get it out to you guys. What did you use for the magnetic sheet for the dies? So I'm going to start carrying these as well because I find this is helpful. But this, I have tons of them. It's a We Are Memory Keepers. And it's just this little envelope. And then I put my dies on it. And I think that that's going to be super helpful, right? That some of this stuff, because we're going to be doing so many dies and stencils, I'm looking into different options for your storage. Because how do you keep this stuff? You're trying to keep it on the sheet, on those plastic things is hard. Because sometimes, right, it all falls all over. But we'll look at ideas. If you have a favorite storage system, let me know. Okay. Let's do it. Now, why do I have a piece of yellow cardstock? Because I wanted to do the little gift bag in craft, and I could not find a sheet of craft cardstock. It's really hard to find. I can't even source it. So I have yellow, and I'm going to ink it with brown when we're done. Okay? So why don't we start with the flowers? Or do you want me to stamp first? You let me know. Whatever you say first is what I'm going to do. Because I need to stamp some butterflies. And I want to stamp some of these flowers, and then we're going to die cut them. So maybe we'll start with this first. Just stamp a couple, right? And I think I'm going to do it on a thinner cardstock than foundations. Yeah, and you probably can order them like on Amazon and all the rest. So I just think it's helpful. And now, so this is just a Nina 110. This is what I'm going to use to stamp on. Do it. Now you could stamp in your oxide ink. I have a whole stack of that beside me. If you want to see these stamps with oxide, I can stamp them with the 49 and Market ink. So I'm going to cut this to about 6 inches because that is what will fit in my die cut machine. And let's do some things. Because I do feel like we need to have some of these butterflies. So the concept with this butterfly is this is where I'm going to add the color with ink, and then I'm going to add that layer on top. Okay? You're going to use oxides? Yeah, I think it'll work great. I think it'll work great. Now these are brand new. I don't know where my white eraser is, so I'm going to hope for the best. Just rubbing my finger to get the sizing off of these stamps. Let's do it. So when you get a brand new set of stamps, if you have a white eraser, you can, oh, I found it. You can use that to clean these up. And get that sizing off, right? just kind of removes that layer. Some people ink them in Stays On and then clean it up. Some people just run their finger over it. Sometimes the more you ink it, right? And I'm just gonna give it a wipe. Get all that crap off. So we know I want to stamp some butterflies. How many do you think we need? Probably an odd number, so 5 butterflies. Not all the same size, we'll do the 2 sizes. But this, like I said, that background layer is going to be the color layer, and then we're going to put that one on top. Hello from Wisconsin, how are you? Yeah, I'm going to be going to Chicago with Greta, and we're going to be doing some of our planning for this year. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's going to be good. Yeah, some people will use a Stays On. You just then have to make sure you clean it off so you don't have a black halo when you're using yellow. But Stays On will also give you a nice coating on that. So look at, here's my little bin of magic. And I have all of the mini oxides and the new Simon Hurley brushes and a whole bunch of other stuff in here. But let's grab some oxide colors too, because we know we're gonna get a nice stamped finish with that. What color do we want our butterflies? How about orange? Do you want orange butterfly? I have carved pumpkin here. And maybe I want a turquoisey color. Let's find one. Oh, evergreen bough could be pretty. I'm away from my camera, so just give me a second as I'm looking over here. That could be pretty. Give her a try, right? And try stamping 2 at the same time. Hopefully we get a decent enough result. They are good and sticky, so just make sure your sheet isn't moving on you when you lift it up. Hello, Loretta, how are you? How's everybody doing? Did you guys have a good week? This one is stuck. Did you guys buy the minis, or have you just stuck with your regulation size oxides? And I will probably ink it twice. Look how pretty is that? It's always best to ink a couple layers. Don't put a whole bunch of pressure on it. You're better off if it doesn't completely ink to just go in and put a second layer on. Or third, whatever you need, right? I love it. Super pretty, right? So we are going to do a couple, and we could also vary. I'll switch the colors up now when I move them. Anybody working along with me tonight? I love my Ranger stuff, so I just bought them. I bought them because I'm like, maybe if I'm going to be travel teaching and I want to bring inks and you go to crops, I think there's definitely like a benefit in having some of the smaller stuff, but I don't think you have to, right? Don't think you have to. So let's do a turquoise butterfly, or should I, I'll keep it consistent. So let's do a smaller one in the pink. This is the whole thing with doing it live, is all this stuff takes longer too. With a lot of the videos where it's sped up, or it's like, okay, I showed you it once, but now I'm gonna take it off screen. It'll take way longer to finish, right? Oop. I need my Stamptabulous. My Stamptabulous, you definitely have to check that out on Etsy too. Stamptabulous. My friend Angie and her sister make these, and I love it. Stamptabulous. And I think one more. I'm gonna do one more orange. You need one of those, you do. It is really awesome, and it's beautiful. It's all your, is it your artwork, Angie? I know that used to be the case. Is it still your artwork? You're still working on Mistletoe and Memories? I love it. Don't think there's anything wrong. There's no timeline on any of that stuff. You have a kit. You have, if you can't do it live, you have all the videos to get the stuff done when you can. And it's not a race, right? I'm okay with just one application. I don't feel like it needs two. It's just a layer. Yours and Bernadette's. I love it. Love it. Another woman-owned, female-led business. Gotta love that, right? So now I'm gonna go in with black for a detail layer. I'm not gonna get super, I don't care if it's perfect. With this one, I could die cut this and line it up so it's all perfect, but if it's a little bit off, tonight we don't care for time's sake, okay? We don't care for time's sake. Oh, sorry, my head is in there too. At least my hair is clean. Might not always be the case, right? So sorry, a little bit of my head in the photo. A little bit of my head in the photo. The camera. And let's stamp a layer of black. Hopefully it's close. Okay, and then we have a top detail layer that will go on top. So half the butterfly is black. And then, oops. I did not, it moved on me, my paper moved. Look at, my paper moved. Whatever, we can still cut it out and get something. It moved on me. But we're not here for perfection. We just want to get her done. I find that stamping, and if you didn't want it in black, you could totally go in another color. Try to do a better job this time with that one. Boop. Yeah, I think it'd be fun to go in with archival in a different color. Could be really pretty. But that little pop of black is going to be really nice. One more. Friday, right? Hello. Oh my goodness, Scrappy Guy. How are you? I feel like it's been forever. Look, if we didn't do this online stuff, I would never see any of you guys. I love it. Okay, one more butterfly. Like I said, I have not done the best job lining these up, but it's all good. Well, and it all coordinates with the butterflies in, wrong one, in Sunset Beach Club. It's my head again. Hello, Vicky's head. And then we'll do our best with the dies as well. Your hinges broke? I've had the same one forever. I've had the same ones forever. And then I also have, it just wasn't as handy, I love the stamping platform from Sizzix as well, right? Okay. Love it. Okay, so we have our butterflies are done. That one is not perfect, but we don't care. It's perfectly good enough. And then I do have to stamp a couple of the flowers because these ones I want to put inside the little beach bag, right? The little beach bag. So we're going to put a couple of leaves and then a couple layers of this flower and the centers. I'm going to just do this one for today. Just one center, okay? So I had best grab, let's try it now with the 49 Market ink. This will take a little while. You know what I mean? Like stamping takes a while, but I find it to be the most relaxing. I love it. Well, yeah, and I love that. That's the perfection is very hard to achieve all the time. And in videos, you'll only see the highlight reel sometimes, right? So I think it's nice for us to see that this stuff happens in stages, and sometimes it happens exactly how we were hoping it would happen, mowed lawn, and then sometimes it doesn't, right? You're like, that is not the result I was hoping for. I'm going to do one in green. And then let's try in dull face for the floral. So this dye base ink will bead a little on your stamps, but I think if we do it in a couple of steps, we can get a good result, and it will be more transparent than the oxides, right? Because it is a clear ink, but I don't hate it. And so we'll do some in the 49 Market dye base ink, and then we'll do one in a different shade of oxide, just so you can see the different result you can get. Love it. Okay, let's move that. We're almost done this stamping, and then we're going to do some die cutting. Hi there. You got kittens? I bet you it would be hard not to be distracted by new kitties. Okay, this, we'll do another leaf. I'm going to change the shade and the center. So we're going to do an oxide. Let's try this. What is that? Dried marigold. Maybe a yellow. How about a yellow instead? There, fossilized amber. Flower. Actually, I have an idea. You ready? I'm going to go in with doll face. Again, just a little touch of it. I'm going to take a little bit of that off the edges. And then I'm going to ink it up with when these are brand new, you just got to get it started. And then I'm going to have to clean that ink pad because it's going to pick up some of that pink, but I'm okay with that. Let's see. Oh, that's pretty. Love it. Love it. I feel like we need one more and one more leaf. Yep. And we'll need one more center, right? Oop, that is not good. And then we have to die cut, and that's going to take a few minutes. I have worn lipstick here. No, because I used that for the other butterfly. Do 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 do. Let's try this one. What is that? Saltwater taffy. Ah. Saltwater taffy and whatever this is, rustic wilderness for my leaf. And a little bit of fossilized amber for the center of one of the flowers. Just get her done. And we need one more flower center, right? Good enough. Sorry, throwing stuff around. Typos galore tonight in my post struggle, not struggles, well, maybe both. You've been using a grip mat on your Misty and that helps. I love that. You use a grip mat in your Misty too, and knock on wood, have had my Misty for years. I love that. Tell us more, friends. How does the grip mat help? Tell us how it helps, because we love to share in this community, right? Like what will help some of our friends that maybe have been struggling, right? I just need one more center for my flower. I'm gonna do another green one. Well, just because it's here. Let's get her done. And I'll do one more color in case I hate it. I think it'll be fine. It's going to be fine, Vicki. It's good. It's fine. Just move on. Nothing moves because the grip mat is just sticky enough to hold instead of the magnets. I love that. Are you guys card makers on top of? Because I feel like card makers predominantly are using stamps and these tools, right? So I always find the tools or tips that you guys have are supercalifragilistic. You've got great tips. Okay, love that. That was all the inking we need to do, right? Yes, everything else is just die cutting. So let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of these inks for now. We'll just move them aside. You do both and use the grippy mats for stencils. I do use a grippy mat with my Sizzix for stenciling too and have loved that. So I agree with you. That is a great tip. Okay. It's die cutting time. I asked the question but didn't look at the screen. Who's making stuff with me tonight? Where do you find the grip mats? It depends which brand of stuff that you're using, right? Because I use grip mats with Sizzix has grip mats with their stamping platform. That as I've been working on organizing my whole studio, like I said to you guys, I'm going to share, like when it's done, I'm going to do a new walkthrough of my space and some of the new stuff that I've found that has been super helpful. Okay, let's do the things. Ooh, I needed to stamp these though, right? What color do I want? Because remember, these are going to be spring, the word spring, and this is going to be time. So we'll decide. We can come back and do it. I can pull that out as we build. I feel like we need to build something first. You're watching from your bed. I love that, Glenda. There's nothing wrong with that, right? You do you, sister girl. I am cleaning out my craft room. I have completely destroyed it and taking it apart, and then I'm going to have to put it back together. It's a wild night for you. Wild night? You're going to get it done in one night? Sarah, I started that this week, and literally it turned into a nightmare. It was a nightmare. I'm going to use this. I'm going to use the pink. And then the magic, because it's double-sided, I can get 2 shades out of it, right? You're getting a new couch this week. That's exciting. And green, right? Because I'm going to be doing. And then what do I want for my title? Maybe blue or turquoise? I think the blue for spring. I'll use that for spring. Want to see my trick though? I am going to use that stencil and create a pattern on it. Before I cut out the word spring, I would like to add this pattern on here in Early Bird. So before I cut this out, just to give it variation in pattern, let's customize it with some ink. This is a repositionable stencil, meaning that I can move it, line it up again, and do a little custom pattern. I don't want it all the same shade, so I'm going to try to get some light areas in there too. And then leave the base color showing as well. Find it. There we go. It's having some trouble there. Throwing stuff. And then I can cut my words out of there, and I've customized my paper. Hi Jerry, how are you? I love it. Lots of friends here. Do you guys have any plans for the weekend? We know Irene is at a crop. Does anybody have any crops to go to? Or are you working in your garden? But, hi Julie, how are you? I find that when I start cleaning, it turns into a week-long thing. And that's what happened. Rich came down and he's like, are you coming to bed tonight? And I'm like, no. Because look at, I'm living in the middle of a mess. Right? Now I'm living in the middle of a mess. And that is never fun. But I actually love, love, love organizing and cleaning. I'm just going to cut a strip off of there. That's going to be for my title. And then I need to make some leaves. So let's cut a little piece of the green, because we can use the front and the back of that. And some pink and some yellow. Pink and some yellow. And there again, right? Double-sided. Somebody's visiting their friends, somebody's anniversary, happy anniversary. You have some crops to go to, working on your folio as you worked on your gardens this week. We had a warm spell, good for you. I love it. I'm so excited. So this set of dies is called Paper Blooms, and we have centers and layering pieces. Oh, I feel like I need one more color. I need one more color. I'm going to grab some just cardstock to layer for the little doodads in the middle. Okay? You guys all right with that? It's right over here. I'm just going to grab one more. Oh, or, yeah, one more color. What is that going to be? Ooh, I don't know. Pressure. Here, look at just some cardstock colors. I'm okay. Totally contrasty, right? Okay, let's do the things. I grabbed a piece of paper. Does this work? I like to have a shim to make sure I have enough pressure to cut these things. Let's go in with our pink. And we'll cut a couple different flowers out of it. Because I'm not lining anything up or doing anything that is tricky, I'm just going to throw these on here and cut some shapes. So you have a cut line and then you have embossing, debossing. So it's going to be fun. Will you see it as much on pattern paper? Maybe not. We'll see it on the cardstock when I cut out of that. But let's just do... I want that pattern up here to pick up some of those. So I want to cut out of both sides of this paper. Whatever I can fit on here, we're going to do it. I think that's all we'll get on here for right now. Okay. Just got, big thing is make sure that your dies are not overlapping, because you don't want that. Line up your plates. These are very well loved. I think we'll be okay. This paper's not that thick, so we should not have any issue with cutting. Okay, so sorry, the camera could shake as I roll it through. This new Big Shot, I love. It has really nice, even pressure. It does not bounce around my table. It cuts very nicely. Ready for the reveal? Oh, it's so pretty. Love that. And then Pokey Tool is your friend. That's what these little holes are for, right? If your die doesn't release the cutting. Can you see the embossing on there? Love it. We have to cut through both sides of this paper though, right? Because I want the light and the dark. And because there's debossing and embossing, that if I can't just flip it, I won't get that detail on there. Look at that one. How fun is that? Okay. I love die cutting, and I know a lot of you guys that have your Cricut and your Silhouette don't do a lot of the manual die cutting anymore, but I feel like there's a place for both, right? There's a place for both. Now let's do this side. And I did not do this one yet, so I'm going to grab this one off here. And add that. This guy should fit right there with it. This guy. Can I get that big one on here? Maybe. Maybe not. So we won't put that one on. Let's see. Let's start up here. There. This one might fit here. We got them all on. Just have to do a little bit of Tetris, right? A little bit of Tetris. Can I get that guy in there still? I think so. Let's try it. I find die cutting is incredibly fun and rewarding. I love the amazing, intricate, beautiful artwork I get from a little piece of steel. Right? Oops, I forgot to put my shim in it. Let's see what we get, right? Without that little bit of extra pressure. You have a Cricut also, yep, but you love, but I love cuts that, with a finish edge, yep. Let's see, I'm hoping, I think it all cut. Let's just go for it, Vicki. Let's see what we got. This paper is not too thick, so we're good. We're fine. And here's some darker pink ones. I gotta get that one because it has all the little pieces in there. It's kind of stuck into the plate. Pokey tool. There we go. And all of the little detail bits release really easy out of that die, which I love. There we go. They are fun, right? Who has never die cut before? You're kind of still on the fence, don't know if it's something that you would enjoy doing. So we're like, Vicki, why would I need to have a die cutting machine? Or why would I consider a die cutting machine? Because it's not a consumable thing, right? If you have those dies, I could cut a million flowers. It's not like having a brain fart pack of die cuts or ephemera is I could just keep cutting out of it. Let's cut out of some cardstock so you can see what it looks like on, I'm going to do it on the plain side, not on the textured side. Does that make sense? Is that I could get, right, more out of it. So that's why I love them, is just literally the versatility, and that for the investment, I could use them as much as I want to. And we have to cut extra of the centers, right? Now, because it is on cardstock, I definitely want to throw that shim on there because I think it might be a little bit thicker. And then I have the electronic die cutting machines too that cut these dies. I have multiple of those. I still always just go to this. I don't have to plug it in. I don't have to pull it out. They think your Cricut is a giant cat toy. I love that. Okay. And the other reason I love these is all that mixed media that I do, I can cut custom. That shows you a little bit more of the detail. I can cut custom pieces out of my mixed media. And I love that too. Yes, the embossing and debossing on the dies is very fun. Just adds a little bit extra detail. I gotta clean those little bits out, right? Your pokey tool for the win. I love that one. Okay, do a few more. You know I'll be here for a while tonight. I could do all of, tell me, like, I know this is going to be mixed. Would you rather that I do this all off screen and we just make a layout, or do you like watching the process? And I know that's totally going to be just a matter of personal opinion. But I know for some of you, because it's Friday night, you worked all week, or you're tired, that you're like, I would love to just watch the layout come together. If you're working with me, you certainly like this because you can get your stuff together in a timely manner with me. If you watch the whole process, yeah. It's usually the feedback I get, but some people don't. They would rather just see it done. I'm going to cut some more centers from this, but I'm going to put it on with the other color just to speed up the process. I like this guy, this center. We haven't done this one yet. And this. Put those out. I just want a ton of flowers. This is your Friday night date, and I know some of you guys watch it, and then you don't necessarily make with me. You will make after. Like tomorrow might be the day because you're like, I can't do it on Friday Night Live, too tired. But I will do it on Saturday or on Sunday or next week or the next crop you go to. So I'm just making a little pile of flowers. I'm going to do some of the yellow now. But we do need extra of the centers, right? When we go to cluster. My favorite, I love clustering flowers. Like a ton of flowers. Just a flower explosion just brings me joy. And you could ink the edges. You could do lots of different things, but I love that one. Do you know what I mean? When you start to see a little flower come together. Have fun. Add that on there. We'll do one of those guys on there. one of the other centers, and let's get our yellow on here and start with that. But if we have a bunch of flowers, that's the one thing, is you need multiples of the centers, right? Hi Karen, how are you? Flowers are my favorite thing to use on almost any projects. Me too. Flowers and butterflies. Work gets in the way. It's true, right? Of our creative craft time. One of these. What else can fit? Can I fit that? I don't think I can. This guy's so big. Maybe. Looks like I can. Let's try it. And that. And maybe this. Okay. Butterfly, stars, hearts. Yeah. Can you do double the paper to cut? I don't, maybe. You could try it. I don't know if you would get the same embossing on both layers, but the paper is not super thick, right? The Vicki Boutin one is not as thick as 49 and Market, not as thin as other papers, but I did go with a little bit less thickness just because I do a lot of interactive stuff, and I like my paper to not be as thick. Don't need a ton of these, but we'll need the smaller pieces for layering, and we need the centers under the yellow. And the other thing I need to still do is the butterflies, and then the beach bag. I need to do the beach bag for my design. So let's do a couple more yellow. Oh, and both sides, right? Oh yes, look at that. Should we cut the beach bag out of that? Yes, I could do that, and then ink it. Ink it with the brown. I for sure want a couple centers out of this yellow. And fingernails are not my friends sometimes, trying to lift anything. Just put a bunch out of that. Boop. Oh, the bag. I said I was going to do the bag, didn't I? Where are you? Dies to go with those flowers that I just had here a second ago. There it is. Is the little doll with the butterfly behaving like a lady? Which little doll with the butterfly? I love clusters. Thank you. I did this cat's eye, or whatever you call it. It's different this time. I said you have to still make it pretty neutral because I don't want to annoy people with my nails, but I do love it. So this is a beach bag. We have this, we have the handle, and then the detail piece that we'll cut out of a different color, right? There's the handle and that. So for sure I'm gonna do this. Oh, the one I gave you. She is on my fridge. I'm looking at her right now. You will laugh, Beatrice, too. When we came home, Rich put them right on my fridge. It's right in front of me. I can see it. So let's take one of those off to die cut the bag. Yeah, we'll do that. My cat is up there running around. I can hear him. Yeah, he was like, we need to put this right up here. Yeah, I love clusters. I love the clusters. Okay, let's let's see, how's it gonna turn out? Because I try to shove a lot of stuff on here on this plate. So I don't want to keep that bag exactly the same color, but remember I don't have craft. So what I'm gonna do, oh I love it, is I'm gonna ink this with a brown. Look at that. So that's the base of the beach bag. We cut a couple more flowers. We're still gonna need maybe a couple more centers. And some leaves, and I am almost ready. I have to do my alphas, but why don't we start building the layout and then we'll do titles, just so I'm not annoying you with all of the die cutting. And if I start doing the base of the layout, we can come back and do our title. So we do need, oh, I love this color. How pretty those are. Let me clean that. Ooh, the static is crazy. It's like little jumping beans. Remember what we were talking about too is I really think if it's, you have a day where you're like, I don't really know what I feel like doing, sit and die cut. Take your new dies or favorite set of dies and literally just create your own package or little set of the pieces that you need. Because I feel like that can be super helpful to have it done already. So you just have pieces you can grab when you want to use them. Especially if you're card making, scrapbooking, whatever you're doing. I think having, I'm going to do some of the lighter yellow too, but I want that one of those. To have your own whole set of embellishments is super helpful. A great rainy day job, or while you're watching something on Netflix, because some things, right, I can't create and watch TV. This kind of thing I could, and this is something wants to hang out with you, get them die cutting, or your wife or your partner, whoever is in your craft room, or maybe your sister comes to visit and she doesn't necessarily scrapbook, but you're like, I have a job for you. You can hang out in here with me while we watch this new Netflix special. What have you been watching on the on the TV streaming platforms? What did I just finish? That one that Steve Carell was in, the Seasons one. I was watching that. I finished that one like in a day, like a night. We have been watching Shrinking, which I freaking love, with Harrison Ford. I haven't watched a ton of TV, but we've been watching those things. Am I frozen or can you guys see me? Because sometimes it's just on my laptop, but I want to make sure you guys can see me. I think we're still good. Right? My laptop has the circle of death. I just need somebody to comment so I know that you're still here. Uh-oh. I don't see any comments or anything, so I don't know if it's frozen. How weird is that? Hey, look. I'm going to refresh my computer because you guys could be talking to me and it could just be my laptop is frozen. I'm going to keep cutting while it's refreshing. Technology is awesome when it works and not so much when it's not working. But even my chat isn't working. So hopefully you're still here and you can see me. I'm hoping. So I'm just going to cut a couple more centers. and wait. I might have to close it and open it again on my laptop. But it means when this isn't working that I can't talk to you. So just a sec, closing it and opening it again. YouTube. Turn. I think the chat is still moving. I can see it up on my phone. Just a second, friends. What's going on? What is this? Are you here, friends? I think we have a Wi-Fi issue. So I'm using my data. Oh, there's lots of comments coming. I think it's a Wi-Fi issue. So I'm using just the data on my phone, but I can't see your comments. So I'm just going to keep working, talk to myself and see if we can get it going. I always worry that somebody up there, because really, if he's gaming, might have rebooted something, forgetting that, dude, I'm on the Wi-Fi's. But I saw that it just popped up here, so I can't see your comments. So you guys can chat with yourself. I'm just going to keep die cutting here. That is an issue when you're live, right? Is if the Wi-Fi goes down, it looks like a storm is rolling in here. So who knows? Wi-Fi might be out because my YouTube is not reloading on my computer. So we need the handle for, because I can see your comments on my phone, right? Oh, I think we're good. Or yep, I can see the comments on my phone. I just can't see anything on my computer. So I'll just keep working. We can pretend it's a recorded video that you're watching, so I can't interact with you, but I can keep working. Because I cannot see anything. Okay, so what do we need? We need some of these leaves. For time's sake, I'm going to cut a couple of these, but I'm going to hand cut leaves with my circle, or do it with my circle punch, just because this will take forever to do the leaves. Okay, so let's just do a couple, just to show you what that die looks like. Oh, it's opening. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Rich watches his stock car race, so that is going on. And then Riley is probably upstairs on a game. So give me a second here, friends. And it looks like I lost a bunch of you. Is the connection really bad? I can see it here. You guys can see me. We have fiber and you live in the sticks. It's not an option here. It's not an option. We don't have it where we are. So I'm stuck with what we have. And it's not always the best. Right? It's not always the best. Oh, look how pretty. So those are with the little dots. Oops. The little dot leaves. I love them. So I'll cut a couple of these, and then we will do, need to still do the handle, right? For the bag and the detail piece on the bag. And the butterflies. Oh my goodness. We have to cut out the stamping, right? It's all going to be worth it when we start putting this all together. The leaves are pretty. I love them. It is time consuming. When I am doing my stuff for Sizzix, friends, when you see me do any of those, the reels, the videos, the prep work with it, it's a lot of work. I love it because I think it's amazing that I can use this little metal thing with pressure and cut out this beautiful art. So I do love making this stuff. But it is time consuming. It's time. This is not something you're going to do when you're in a rush. But like I said, you should see the new stuff. We're working on the release for the new year. And I've got all of the samples, and it's beautiful. It's going to be gorgeous. And then the release that comes out in September is a mix, but there are a couple of winter Christmassy themed things in there, and it's beautiful. I've actually put my order in already for all of that. So it is work, but it is worth it, right? Is it worth it? Let me work it. So this is what we have to cut, and then I'll clean all this up after. Our little handle. And this is the little like leather piece for your handle. So we need to cut 2 of those. And then we need to cut our butterflies out. So I'll grab these are here, the butterflies, the leaf, and the florals that are stamped. That I put my die cut machine right on top of. I need the staples. Love the paper that you're using. Yeah, don't forget. Oops, did I not stamp a big flower? Oh, this one. So you know, this die does not have a cord. Yes, it does. These are meant to be. You know, it's only my own product, but sometimes I don't know if I'm coming or going. These are meant to have like a white edge around it, if that makes sense. These are meant to have the white edge. Yeah, that was right the first time. Just like in the... So I will do one like this, and then I will do a smaller one. Okay, I'm going to do one like this. Can I fit the leaf on there right now? I'm going to try. Love it. And then we'll tape those so they don't move, or you could use your magnetic plate for me tonight for speed's sake. Let's do that. Let's try to get a butterfly on there too. Like I said, not going for perfection, just going for let's get her done. Oh my goodness. I could cut this out of white too, couldn't I? The handle, and then just ink it. Oops, I just totally moved that. That's why your magnetic plates just make all of this so much easier. Do you guys use a magnetic plate? What are your die cutting tricks? Sometimes it's not as easy to do it with a live studio audience too. I feel like pressure, a little bit of pressure. I'll do one of those too. Cut out a center. Yep, the magnetic and the plain plates. Yeah, it's so much easier. I just would have to walk over and grab it. I probably should have done that tonight, but it's okay, right? It's okay. Okay, let's cut those ones out. This will cut very easily out of that 110 paper. It probably depends how thick the paper you're using is too, Jennifer, right? I only put that through once. Let's see if that was a good thing or a bad thing. I think it should be fine. Yes, I love it. Love it. There. Fun. Stamping is fun. I love stamping, stenciling. Now, see what I was saying? That you could do this, and then you have another flower shape. Love that. I don't know. I think this one works. So you get 2 different flowers out of it, right? Yep. For the next one, we'll do that. Just gonna make sure, yep, that lines up perfectly. Like that. Love it. Put that down. And then let's check our butterflies out. Love it. Butterfly. Butterfly. So let's finish these. We're getting close, friends. Lots of you are still sticking around. I appreciate it. If you can't watch the whole thing tonight, you can always come back and watch it tomorrow. But I was ready to get to make tonight. I was actually quite excited for that because I work more nowadays than I get to make with ordering product and making sure product is delivered and all the things. So I don't get to be as creative as I love to. And then we have the centers for our flowers. Love it. Put that there. Let's keep going. I should be able to fit the butterflies on. Do the big guy. That was not my best ever layering stamping job, but it still works, right? So my Friday night lives are for both of us, right? Can you do the butterflies in 2 colors? Well, you would just color it in, right? The base wing, yeah, just color it with your Copics. But they are the same. If you look in your embellishments, the style is the same. They're 2-tone. And you totally could go in and color it with your Copic, the other half, right? Hi, Beth. Hello, friend. Oops. Move that. Okay, let's do it. Because then we get to, I just got to do the handle for my beach bag, and then I'll do the title at the end. Does anybody else find too when they're using this tape that it still will, the die will still cut through your tape? I'll have to remove that with my tweezers. And then 2 sizes, right? Okay. So we did that white flower and then the smaller flower. But we need a couple because I have to fill the beach bag. Because my photos are flowers. When I went to buy my stuff at the garden center, my favorite thing to do in the spring. Even though how with you guys, did spring come really late? It came late here. We were going to the flower store very late this season, comparatively. So let's finish these 2. And we're going to start building. That's it. That is it. No, early. My mums are budded. My hibiscus is blooming. I love it. Yes, very cold and windy here in Kingston. It's starting to get nice. Long time coming this year. Yeah, it's been long. You could just spend a day stamping, die cutting, and have a ton of fun. I think so, right? And Angie has been a stamp maker for many moons. So, Ange, I'm sure, right? Some days when I would just sit, like I said, if I have a creative block, I think that is the perfect thing to do, is sit down and just do some die cutting. Because you're being creative. It is something that will have a purpose in the end. Because then when you sit down and you want to bang out a bunch of cards or a bunch of projects, you don't have to sit and do this step. Right? I will have to get my little tweezers in and lift that. We're done that page. That feels like I just accomplished something. And what do we need to do? Do you guys remember? The handle. Can I fit it on anywhere in here? Because that'd be awesome, because I'll just ink it. If I think I can get it on here somewhere. There. I think it'll fit there. Yep. And then I can also do these little guys. I need to cut 2 of those. And then I'm ready to actually ink my background and start making my page. Compartmentalize, I agree. Do it in stages. Get some stuff done. And Tim has been making dies and stamps for many moons, right? He has some of his colorized stuff coming out. I think he's going to be live tomorrow. Try to catch that. There's always stuff to learn. Ooh, I love it. Look at the handle. How cute is that? Look at the detail in that. It looks like leather stitching. How fun is that? And then there's the little detail piece. I need one more detail piece. And then we're going to ink and build. Like I said, I'm going to be here tonight because this is fun. Stick around for as long as you can, or as long as you care to. But I feel like the work was worth it. The work was worth it. Well, Julie, and I do know that because I've known you for a very long time. Who doesn't love Tim Holtz? Tim and Mario, the whole team, Paula, Rochelle, and their whole crew. Love them. There. Okay. I'm putting this away for right now. It has to come back for our titles. But that's fine. That could be like the last thing. Ugh. Where am I going to put it? It's going on the floor. That was good too for my knee because I got to stand for a little bit, right? And then this is where my title's going to come from, right? Let's make a page. We only had an hour and a half of prep, but might as well show the reality of it, right? Okay, clean up a little bit. Don't need those dies there. And I need to grab a brown ink because I think that's what I will do for my bag handle. Will be like leather. Oh my goodness. Fingers don't want to work. Here we go. But I want some brown ink. Get 2 shades of brown ink. And a blending tool. There we go. Okay, so our base is going to be foundations or cardstock. I'm just going to be inking the sunbeams, right? So, I think I'm going to do it like this, over to the side. And I'll use pineapple because it's right here. Now, when you're using this stencil, it's probably in your best interest to kind of brush up. If you go back and forth, I find with linear stencils, it's going to move on you. So, you do this, you will get nice sharp edges. See? So pretty. And then I'm going to move it and cheat because I want to extend those. So just kind of go and extend that a bit. See, by just moving it, you can just get some of those sun rays to go and expand out on your page. So I'm just going to move it. And fake it. And if you find one of these that is a little wider, just go and fill it in. Okay. And then let's do this other side of it too. Oop. Okay, and then do the same. Just find an angle and expand your ray. Find the angle and expand the ray. Right, friends? Just cheating. I'm cheating, but directionally, these will work. It just has to be this similar width. And then we need some of these ones down here because they did not go very far at all. And using a little blending tool too could be helpful. But do you see what I'm saying about not using a blending tool that goes Don't do this. Follow the art. For anything that's linear like this, I think it's in your best interest to follow the art. And it might not be perfect, but we don't need perfect. The stencils are on VickiBooten.com. It is a Vicki Booten stencil. That's me. I'm Vicki Booten. And it is part of Sunset Beach Club. I might do a couple. See, here's the other plus, is this can continue around. So just line it up. And let's do a couple more. Like that. I like that. Now, to make it interesting, let's do some little paint drips. This is a craft mat. If you're like, oh my gosh, did she just put her ink right on her table? It's a big craft mat, okay? So I am going to add a couple of yellow dots. I just find that if you weren't perfect at inking, if your stencil moved, this is very forgiving. Just kind of ties your artwork together, right? And then I will cheat and make some bigger little paint drips. The hair on my brush. Looks good. What do you guys think? Splatter for the win. Paper towel. You could have gone in with a second color, whatever, but already we've been working on this for a while. So while that is drying for a second, I am going to ink the little and build our little beach bag. So your handle could go like this. I'm going to make it where it's down like that on the beach bag, okay? So that other stuff can cluster inside the bag. So let's take, I grabbed cold brew and I grabbed a salted caramel. So let's start with the salted caramel. So there is, can you see the embossing in the center of the bag? Let's see if we lightly go over this, if we can highlight that. We might not be able to, but we'll try. Because this paper is already patterned, and your brayer might get it. But that's fun. That salted caramel, you can see now the detail a little bit better. Okay, I want this handle to be in the salted caramel, and then I'm going to do the little detail pieces in the cold brew. And look at, you can totally see the detail on that. It just looks like a nice caramel colored leather, but it's going to get lost on here a bit, so we'll darken that up. You don't have to. With what we just did, you 100% could just do it on cardstock. Okay? You could 100% just do it on cardstock. let's go in and ink these. And then maybe a little bit on that. I don't want to go in with too much of that. I'm not liking that. Dark, so watch. Make it more watercolory. Now our beach bag looks like it's a little distressed leather. Sometimes you don't love what you're doing because you liked it better before. Have you ever had that happen? I'm having that happen right now, right in front of me. I should not went on that with the cold brew. Just got too dark. And is this going to get lost? I might have to do my handle in black. See? It's okay. It's okay, Vicki. It can be tone on tone. Let's get my heat gun now, though, because I just wet that paper so much. It's not that it's too dark. It's that I don't have any contrast now with my handle and my bag. But it's okay. Right. Put a lot of water on here, so let me dry that a bit. Good enough. Okay. You see what I'm saying? There's not a lot of contrast with the handle and the so we'll do that. Let's load her up. Tweezers that I just had here that now I can't wear. Sometimes you get lost in the weeds though, right? Where it doesn't really matter if it's perfect. It's going to only be one element on the whole project. And no one else is probably going to notice what you think everybody is seeing. It's very pretty though, isn't it? And then put the little detail pieces on the, I love the stitch on that handle though. That is kind of the bomb. You could have a hot pink bag. You could have a white bag, a straw bag. And I'll show you. That guy's not on straight. Isn't that pretty? And it's good enough, Vicki. Good enough. Those ink colors are beautiful too. That cold brew is my kind of brown, and I love salted caramel. Salted caramel is almost an orangey, rusty color. And browns would not normally be, it did lighten up when I dried it, right? Okay, are you ready to bring this to life? The only thing I might end up doing, but I could use any color here. So my drips now, I'm just gonna go in and lift any excess water. I love that background though. And then my idea was my photos are gonna go kind of here, and then I'm gonna build around them. You could do whatever you wanted right on there, but I'm just gonna leave it because I think a finished layout will be better than getting a perfect layout. And I think when I put all of it together, I am not gonna notice it as much as I think I am. So to give you an idea what my thoughts were, is that I'm going to have, these photos are gonna kind of go like this. My little gift or little flower bag is gonna go down here. And then we can start filling it. Tweezers. Clustering in the bag, right? And then this guy. And then we have our leaves. And our flower centers. And we're going to kind of use some foam dots and cluster that in there, right? For our little, we went to the flower shop and we filled our bag up with flowers. I think it would be kind of cute to pop that bag up a bit. All right, I'm going to pop this guy up. Scissors. I just had like 5 pairs of them. I think this tape comes from scrapbook.com. And I love the little thin strips. So if I pop that up, and then I can pop, I'm going to pop the pink one up for sure. So let's add our center. Do you want me to move the camera down a bit, friends? Can you guys see? Let me know, because I'll put my big sausage arms in there and I'll move it down. Pop dots for the win, right? I'm still live, right? When people don't chat, I'm always nervous that I've lost connection again. It's fine. Okay, good. I'm gonna pop that pink one up. So I'm not going to assemble just yet though, right? Because I want to get the base of the layout together first. But we will glue our center on. I covered the pink anyway, but it's all good. See a hint of it, right? So we know we're going to kind of be doing this over here. It's kind of what our bag's going to do. Something like that, right? And then we have all of this business. Probably going to have a butterfly over here somewhere. Maybe there. And then we have all of these flowers that we're going to start filling in our design. So I'm going to start with the bigger ones, right? Because I am going to cluster here, here, and here. We're going to kind of go around. And then maybe something up in here too. I'm going to move stuff around. So just know that it's not going to stay. I don't like the width there. Do 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 do. Sorry, concentrating now, friends. Right. Now that I'm like working, now I can't talk because I'm like, I have to focus on my layout, and then I'm not speaking, and you're like, is she still there? I'm still here, I promise. But I need to fill the space in. I should have probably put some sun rays down here. What do you guys think? But I will figure it out. Because I also, my title has to go here, doesn't it? My title's going to be in this corner. It is going to go here. I love springtime. So it might almost be time for the title, right? It almost might be time for the title. Oh, I do have some yellow flowers too. I think I need need to tie some of these into this too. So we can cheat and make these little centers look like a little chrysanthemum. So we will fill our basket with some of that, so it makes sense with the rest of the flowers that are going on. And then my thoughts are journal strips could go here to break that pattern up too, my journaling. Tie that into the corner more. I'm going to mat these with green. And then let's get our title on here because it all might need to move up. So let's cut out spring. Okay, let's cut out spring. I'm moving this. We need our title because it's going to be such a big portion of this layout that we need to see it in action as we build around there. And it might change a little bit, but I'm going to mat for sure those photos in green. And let's find that large die. Thanks for sticking around with me, friends. I'll probably be here till 11 tonight, but I don't have a class tomorrow or anything, so it's no different than if I was sitting here scrapbooking by myself. I would stay and do it till it was done. So spring, S-P-R-I-N-G. Do you love spring? Ooh. I love these dies, I'll tell you that. This is the Jet Setter Jumbo die. The other reason I did this font is next year I will be doing a travel line, and this set of dies is going to be around for a long time because it's going to work beautifully. S-P-R-I-N-G is going to work beautifully with that collection, which I'm actually really glad I'm doing it next year because there have been a lot of travel lines this year. So it'll give us all something to look forward to next year. Oh, let's get this on here. And we have our S. I'm going to put the P right there. S-P-R-I. N and G, and we'll hope for the best. Let's see. I love, do you guys like the jumbo dies if I come out with a couple different fonts in that, in different scales? There will be a couple more alpha sets down, not all right away. Question, have you attached foam to your paper before cutting dies? Makes them like a thicker. I have, and we will do that at some point because these are meant to replace thickers, right? So yes, I have done that. When you die cut the foam too, right? Then you have, whoops, jeepers creepers. My desk is a mess already. You love the new dies, can't wait to play with them. Yeah, me too. And then we did the embossing on this one too. So they weren't just plain. So here's the reveal for spring. The S, the P, the R, the I, the N, and the G. And I lost the eye, jumped off. Love it. And then if you use them, you could use the positive and the negative too, right? These were a huge hit. These were a huge hit. They sold out. We reordered. Everything sold out. It was crazy. In no way expected. I will tell you though, with me, like what I may do, I don't know. I feel a little disjointed with my little flowers in the basket being stamped, but we'll see. I wanted to use it all. Doesn't mean that little flower ones might make a card instead, because I'm going to do I love. I'm going to stamp I love spring. And then we could do time if we want to. I'm loving the blue with the other colors, right? I'm not lining this up perfect just to get spatial. I love spring. I love it so much. And I could put this right on here. I could mat it. But if I just put 2 of those flowers in here, I think I will be okay tying it in. They're Sizzix. It came with a whole set, the Sizzix ones. Let's see. Well, I just feel like you need some contrast with all the other colors that we're using. But yes, if I throw, that makes me a little happier because I feel like that is going to work, right? And then if I have some stamped butterflies that are flying around, that's going to help the design as well, right? To have that black in there. And then start popping some things together. But my thought rate, I'm going to do something, maybe like a little paper, because I think some more of the yellow needs to come over here, don't you think? Like I feel like we got this kind of naked space here, so I can add that. Let's mat those photos with the green, because I think that's going to make that pop. And then we have to layer some of those flowers. My fancy measuring tool. My fingernails. I love it. I love what ended up happening to that bag down there. That it looks like a well-loved leather bag. That makes me happy. And those bags, I think, when I do the class for this, well, I can't because it's not part of the class kit, but wouldn't those make great pockets for a pocket page? I think those would make great pockets. Okay, let's throw our photos on the mats. Do I want them both in the same color? Yes. Okay, look at me with photos for my layout. Okay. I need to build some of my flowers. Let's start layering some of the pieces, okay? Let's build some flowers. Tweezers are your friend when you're using glue. So proud of me with the photos, right? This looks very springish. Wouldn't you say the color palette is very springish? I actually want that just a little offset. And you could add a little bit of black if you wanted to. Maybe even back some of these centers with a punch a circle out of black could be pretty, or the blue. But look, I love it. So I like to take my petals, right? And manipulate, because if all your flowers are just flat, they look just flat. We could definitely add foam dots. It makes it easier to place all of this stuff right if we start with things that aren't going to just move on us as we go. Question: do you think you'll be bringing any of your collections to Texas? So I think the new one won't be the collections. It will be, because I am going to introduce Halloween and the new collection in the week before I go to Texas. And I will be bringing some of it as open stock to Texas. And we will be bringing some, I think, let's swap that out for this one. Maybe we'll do like a 3-tier on this guy. So yes, some of the new collection, and if Halloween's here in time, we'll bring some Halloween, but not as the collection packs. It's just going to be as, actually I want a foam dot on there instead. Open stock, because we won't have everything in time to make the kits. So yes, you guys are going to be the first to see it in person, and I'm working on my layouts for that class. There too, I'll be posting those in the group, and they are completely different from what we did in class last weekend. And you'll be able to, if you don't want to come to class and just want to buy that kit, you can. So yes, if that answers your question, Keisha, I put a foam dot on that one. I will have some stuff. We have left. Love it. It's exciting, right? And then the next up will be Christmas. We're starting on that in about a week's time. Oops, got a little crazy there, Vicki. So now if I glue all of this stuff and we make our little clusters and such, it will make it a little easier. Is Natalie still here? You still here, Nat? What are you doing out there? Got a mini? I love clustering flowers. And I love that you could mix the Sizzix ones in here with this, with the leaves. Would be fun. You have to go to bed, yes, so that you can go and enjoy your birthday festivities. Happy birthday, Keisha. Thanks for joining us. You guys can watch this after. You know I'm going to stick around till I finish. And I think this one will just be standalone. I can find something else to put on the center. But I do feel like a little yellow filler will be nice. Do they all? Oop, didn't finish this one. Needs a center. See you later, Deb. You know, this was a lot of work just prepping all that stuff, so it has definitely gone late tonight. Who's sticking around? Will I have a couple of you guys here? Hopefully I have a couple people hanging out with me. Anybody still working? Did anybody die cut what I was die cutting tonight? Did anybody pull out their Sunset Beach Club? You're still here. Lots of you guys are still here. I love it. Hello, friends. Okay, there. I still have more for filler if I need them. I'm going to put that one on. But let's, I'm going to put some beams over here. I'm going to still leave a white space. Watch my idea. I don't want to do a whole circle of beams, but you're going to laugh. I'm taking it all off and I'll rebuild again. We'll rebuild. We have an idea of what's happening here, but I need to. Did that give anybody a heart attack that I just did that? Did I just freak you out? I want just some beams down here, I think. Yes, and we have the clouds from the Sizzix release, right? That could work really well. And there's clouds in Sunset Beach Club in your ephemera packs. So somebody had said that it'd be cool to put some clouds on there. You totally could, couldn't you? See, with a broken spot here and there, this makes me a little happier. I think it makes more sense. There. Love it. That makes me happy. I just felt like there was a big naked space there. Okay, let's look at building this baby. So we know down here, can I stamp I love on here? Where did you put it? I am no longer, when I started tonight, I was pretty organized. Now, I'm not. See, I love spring. So I could stamp, there is a die for that one. Now we've got to make sure we're going to test this before we stamp right on our page, because I've got one shot. I don't think, do I want the dots? I love ... spring, or just I love spring. So let's kind of figure out our placement again. Spring. We have the wonky clouds in the, we have the wonky cloud die, and we have, there are clouds in the die cuts for this collection, and really pretty clouds that I think would be beautiful addition. Okay, let's figure out where we need to stamp. And we totally could foam dot, and I probably will. I won't do it tonight. I won't attach spring, but I'm going to put foam adhesive behind the letters to make them pop up. And I might still cut out time. I love springtime. Spring. And I don't think I want it just in a straight row, because it's not really me. I feel like a little offset is cute on here. So I love springtime, right? I could stamp it right here. I love, and I won't do ... okay? And if I mess it up, I'll stamp it, die cut it, and put it on top. Okay, I'm standing up. I'm going to ink. We're going to test the stamp to make sure it's stamping nice and black. I think it's gonna, looks good. It looks good. Oh, I love it. Love it. You only got one shot. Do not miss your opportunity to blow. No, you only got one shot. Do not miss your chance. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. So what do we think? Right about here? Just go for it. Little rock. I love it. I love it. Your kit arrived today. Whoop, whoop. What do you guys think? I love it. And then I could put time in black. If I wanted to, I could stamp those in black and die cut them, right? You'll see when you see the finish posted what I decided. And then we have this going on. Little chrysanthemum pop. So it makes sense with the other style of flowers. kind of like that, right? For sure, there's going to be some foam dots here. Fingernail still not working. I love that little toe too. I love the colors too. Thank you. Just pop those up right so the photos aren't flat. And then let's start filling again. So for sure, I want to tie some of that black in because we're going to create a visual triangle. Maybe up here, where we're going to fill some of these flowers in. And now that we layered, right? Sorry, concentrating. You're like, she's not saying anything. Is she still there? I'm still here. Now I got lost in the concentration of filling and trying to make this work with the rest of this. I almost feel like I still need the florals to come down into that a little bit. Hey, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Need some height there, and then some little butterflies here, like that. I like that. What do you guys think? And then what will help is I can go in and start filling some leaves that help tie that green in, right? Not every flower needs to have a leaf, but some pops of green will certainly help that. Right? What do you guys think? Do you like it? I think it's fun. I love spring. We'll pop the word spring up and then have our little butterflies down here. Right? And the one thing that's not here that we can add is some little labels and stuff, right? Tie a little bit of black in there. Because I love this minimal pattern paper using all these dies that you buy. I'm going to tighten this in here. Okay, I'm gluing this guy on here. Oh my goodness. I'm going to commit. Not taking the back of that off till I build. But I do want the title to tie into this thing of flowers. And I'm going to start popping some of these down. Heck, it's only 11:45. Right? It's only 11:45, Vicki. Yep, love it. When you are feeling that kind of pull to be creative, there's nothing wrong with going for it. I love the bag too. Wait till you see for Halloween. We might have some fun things because this is going to be kind of our thing because I'm a layerer and a clusterer, right? I like to layer and cluster. So it is, with all my collections, you're going to find we're going to have some really fun things that we can keep that kind of trend going. Love it. And I might find some other things to add in here that make clustering fun. Well, they look, you know, sometimes when you see the little butterflies and they're kind of dancing, they're kind of little dancing butterflies, right? And you went to the market and you're bringing home some flowers to decorate the house. Adding those 2 cardstock ones in with the stamped ones definitely helped. I love it, and I love the sunburst. Like, this makes me feel like it's screaming spring. You could put I love summer, right? Because it is summer, sunset, summer, oh my goodness. Sunset Beach Club, right? But you do whatever makes you happy. Love that. Whoop. This is going to get popped up, and that takes a while, so I'll do it later. This is going to move back down to fill that space. And I kind of am digging this, right? And then I'm going to embellish this a little bit more with some jewels and stuff. But I will glue it later, and I will definitely post it in the group and here on the YouTubes and finish the clustering. But for sure, these butterflies will go down there like they're kind of dancing. I hope it encourages you to make something. So you could make a card, and the only thing that's not going to be on it is the photos, and you're going to scale it down. You wouldn't need as much, right? We'll pop up that butterfly. So one will be flat. I love spring. You could fit in some journal strips over here, some journal strips down here. I love tying the black in, and I feel like that's the one thing I'm going to want a little bit more black tied in. So maybe with like a little black tab here and a tab here. Let's see. I think I have some stuff from the class. So you'll see what I'm saying. Like, look at this. See what I'm saying? Boop. This isn't necessarily what I'd use, but I want you to get the idea of tying that little bit of black. That just finished it for me. Now that kind of creates the whole visual triangle with that little bit of black and putting some centers in some of those flowers, but it ties, it makes your eye is going now all around the page, wouldn't you say? I will hold it up. Nothing's glued down, but do you see what I'm saying? So I might take those. I might use those from Artful Memories. They're from the chipboard. That little bit of black. And then I do feel like for me to finish it, let's grab some enamel dots. Because I have enamel dots now. Boop. Right? So you could put gems in there or Sunset Beach Club. And they're coming out. I'm doing them with every release because I feel like no one does enamel dots anymore, and I need enamel dots, and I'm going to see if they do rhinestones too, because they make me very happy. I love this layout. I think that it's a whole different approach to Sunset Beach Club, so it doesn't have to just be, you know, summer theme, but you see what I'm saying now? Boop. You could put blue in. Oh my goodness, what are you doing there, crazy lady? I just flinging stuff around. I will glue it all down too, so it's not that craziness going on and foam dots. But you see what I'm saying? Look, ooh, I'm kind of digging the green. Watch. Oh my goodness, it just makes it supercalifragilistic. Not everyone needs to be green, but let's mix a little green in there. This is when Vicki needs her tweezers because my fingernails don't work. Anybody else with me that has been missing enamel dots? Yep, you could do sequins. I'm okay with a matte of these, but yet do whatever makes you happy, because you are the boss of what you do creatively. I am only a guide in your creative journey. But at the end of the day, you get to make the big decisions. I love this so much, though. I don't think you guys understand how happy this makes me. Oops. Stop being a fart. Oh, where'd it go? Here it is. I feel like it's operation. Don't touch the sides. Did anybody else like get super anxiety from that game? Operation. I loved that game. That one. And what was the other? Perfection. Oh my goodness. Kids who had those games, no wonder if you have anxiety. That freaking game would give you a heart attack every single time. Hungry hippos. Hungry, hungry hippos. There. I love it. I love it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You know what I'm going to do that is going to help this? I feel like I'm going to lift all this stuff that I just glued, and I'm going to put like a tag behind it. Like it needs to have something that separates it from the business that's going on here. So let's see if I can remember what I told you, that these two collections match. Artful Moments. And so imagine, just imagine taking something that helps you separate. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just glued everything down here, and I think I did it with wet glue too, didn't I? Oh, not bad at all. So let's see if I can cheat a little bit to show you what I'm talking about. Do you see what I'm saying? That's what we need. Don't stress. I've got this. Moving everything around, but you're going to see what I'm talking about. And then guess what? Guess what's going to go on here? Can I show you how we're going to elevate the heck out of this? Watch. I feel like a florist that I was able to just pull this twine. Look at me go. Because now we're making that the basket of flowers is going to be part of, it's like going to the flower market. So the flowers are part of the decoration in the back, but the flower basket is part of the title. That this now goes in. Cut part of that tag off so it fits. This goes in like that, right? It ties the blue in from here, and that goes, oh, I love it. So now I don't have this like kind of spot of white space. That just added exactly what I needed. Let's commit. I'm committing. We're just going with it. On a little jaunty angle. I'm going to end up putting a foam dot behind that. Do you see what I'm saying? Now it makes sense where it wasn't making sense before. And then I'm going to take glue, and I am going to, after I get this all secured, right? I am going to take my glue, because I move stuff all over the place here. It all's got to get fixed. And I'm going to feed this twine, is going to go up the page like that with glue. And look at the black. I love it. And then it can come down here a little bit like that. What do you guys think? That's what I think. There. Much better. Somebody said chef's kiss. Tamara, right? There we go. And I will post this tomorrow, okay? I promise. I will finish it and post it tomorrow because I'm just working on class samples. So the first thing I'll do in the morning is come down, glue this, and photograph it, and I will add it. I'm going to add it on the community here because I feel like some of you guys have found me here on YouTube. So I'll add it on the community. And then I will add it on, if you haven't joined already, the Vicki Booten Creative Community on Facebook, right? Now, I feel like it's done now, though. I added my black in. I have my finishing. Like I said, imagine this popped up. Like I'll show you one letter. Because if you are not into the foam dots and dimension, I'm telling you, and that was a great idea. Pam said, do you ever cut? Like I could have cut a sheet of adhesive craft foam with my letters, like stuck it on there and cut it out with that, and they would have popped up without me having to do all of this. But I didn't have that, and it was an afterthought, but it is a great idea. So let me show you one popped up. And I'm going to post it on all of my socials tomorrow because I have been very negligent with posting because I have not had a life lately. But look at the difference. That popping that up. I love it. I still might put time in there too with the other letters. I don't know yet. But look at, what do you guys think? See that popped up? I love this so much. Like seriously, not blowing smoke. I absolutely love this page. I love how this turned out. Remember, I didn't like it. And now look at it. It's freaking adorable. Hi, Greta. Or cut multiple layers of cardstock. I could do that, right? I'll just cut it out of a different color. Well, for now, I'm just going to foam dot it because I'm not going to do that. But that is, I've done that as well. Like I could cut multiple layers and glue them together. Do you guys, you understand that, right? To give that dimension. And for my card making friends, that is a great tip for the card makers, right? From the card makers. I love this so much. I will post photos of it tomorrow. We'll add dimension with popping that up, right? And then you could also, if you didn't want to stamp right on the background, there is a die for that, and I think that would be pretty too. I'm going to flip the camera so I can say proper goodbye, and I'm also going to go closer to the layout. Sorry that I'm Blair Witching you, so that you can get a better look at that. Isn't that fun? The blue, right? Now it looks like it's an embellishment instead of just kind of floating in space. And the string will finish, right? It adds a little textural layer, which you can never go wrong. So while I'm turning glossy accents, yes, sometimes I do, because I've been a Ranger girl forever. I went to Ranger U. Hi, Nat. How are you? Up my nose. There we go. Oh, my goodness. I love how that turned out. So I can't pick it up and show you because it'll all fall on the floor. But I will share that tomorrow. And thank you for joining me. This was a late 1 minute to 11. So, right, 3 hours, that makes sense for all this stuff. I think I actually got a lot done in a 3-hour block. So like I said, Greta and I are going to be getting together later this month. We're going to be making a calendar for Friday Night Lives. It's all going to be posted on vickybooten.com on the blog section. We're working on that. So just be ready for it. Keep joining me. We're going to keep doing fun stuff. If you want to see things beyond layouts, I have some art journals and some other stuff that I want to start playing in as well, because I think it'd be fun to take these same dies and show how we could use it in our art journal and doing all the things. So that was a lot of fun. Have a great weekend, friends. And I'll see you next Friday. And I'll be popping in because I have lots of stuff to share. But that was a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, don't forget to thumbs up the video and hit that subscribe button. And I would love any comments in the regular comment section when we're no longer live, because it helps people find us. And that's the biggest thing, right? Is let's get people to find us and keep growing this community so I can keep making lots of fun products we can work with. We'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.